For years, BOWIE hoped to pull off the kind of upset that would put the entire state on notice. And with 47 seniors on this year's roster, they have the kind of experience needed to pull it off. The Cavs and Bulldogs put their near-perfect records on the line in our KVUE Game of the Week.
It's going to be a battle of the seniors, I guess.
And I'm excited for the competition.
They're good. They're solid everywhere.
We know they're a good team, but we're also a really good team. It's a big test for our guys. We're looking forward to it, though. It's going to be a really good challenge for us and test our limits, and we see how we are against the best.
We're physical. We're going to speed them up. Our defense is going to stop them.
I don't think they've played a team that has as good receivers.
It's an opportunity to play a really good football team and see where we measure up.
I think we play a lot better defense than them. It's going to be a different test for our kids, but we're looking forward to that.
They're experienced, we're experienced, so it's going to be a shootout.
Let's get things going with our KVUE Game of the Week.
Welcome here to Tony Berger Stadium, where we have BOWIE Bulldogs versus the Lake Travis Cavalier.
Say it loud and say it proud. The KVUE Game of the Week is always a megaphone-worthy event. But whether you use a megaphone, a loudspeaker, or just a whisper, everyone knows to keep their eyes on Lake Travis's Caleb Burton, the future Ohio State Buckeye. Open some eyes. A 32-yard catch got the scoring started, but BOWIE did not back down. Noah Camacho broke off a 22-yard run that ended in the end zone. You know what you get for that? 6 points. The game was tied when the handoff to Derek Johnson went 71 yards to the house. Johnson was bobbing and weaving, juking and jiving, moving and shaking. Whatever the opposite of standing still and getting tackled is, that's what he was doing. He capped it off with a little wave goodbye at the goal line, and Lake Travis made sure not to fall victim to an upset. The Cavs win this one 52-21. So guys, now you've seen the highlights. You know some of the story of the game, but not all of it, like my friend Emily GIANGRECO does. Emily was on the sidelines for this 6-1 versus 6-1 matchup, and Emily, neither team is 6-1 anymore. We have the Cavs, who are now 7-1, and against their opponents, who are now falling to 6-2. Tell us what you saw there at the game.
Honestly, Jeff, the story from tonight is how much of a blowout it was. Like you said, both of them came in tonight 6-1. And when I talked with BOWIE earlier in the week, they were saying they were coming in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because last year when they played Lake Travis, they only scored 2 points. Obviously, they have made a ton of improvements since then, and that helps when you have, like you mentioned earlier, 47 seniors. But tonight, Lake Travis was just on an entirely different level. Earlier, you guys heard Bo Edmondson say this is going to be a shootout game, but it was anything but that. So when I talked with head coach Hank Carter after the game, I asked him how he felt. He, of course, was proud of his guys, but in a typical coach mannerism, he was like, I'm a little upset that they let BOWIE score so much.
Oh, it's great. I'm very proud of our kids. BOWIE's a tough team. They always are, and come over here and get a win was great.
Earlier in the week, you used the word test to describe this matchup. How do you think your boys did in this test?
I think we won the ball game. That's number one. We did some bonehead things, which I want us to play better on. But again, we get to go back to practice next week and get after it.
You also mentioned that the BOWIE defense puts on a lot of pressure. I feel like your guys responded really well to that pressure. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, we put up some points, but to their credit, they also got a lot of hits on Bo. They had some things drawn up that worked well. But again, proud of our kids. We're able to get a win. We gave up too many points, but again, we just need to go to work on that.
Well, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, so now Westlake has one more game before it is the Battle of the Lakes. I'm sorry, Lake Travis has one more game before it's the Battle of the Lakes against Westlake, who is still an undefeated team. And I feel like that, Jeff, is going to be the true test for Lake Travis.
Always one of the best showdowns in the area. Emily, thank you so much for that recap and for getting us ready for what's coming up on the horizon. You have a good one. Guys, to another big-time showdown between two other 6-1 teams. MANOR and WEISS both lost way back in week 1, and neither has slipped up since. The teams entered the night tied for first place in 11-5A, and what better way to break that tie than on the field? Let's show you what happened. The Mustangs entered the field like hungry dogs, but they were playing against the Wolves. I'm not sure if that was a bad sign or not, but it was the Wolves who struck first. All the action went one way, and Lorenzo Diggs went the other. Nice play call there, Coach. I dig digs it. Manor had an answer, though. The triple option ended up in Isaiah Crosby's hands. A good block on the perimeter there, and good job finding the paint, Isaiah. Manor tied it then, but it wouldn't stay tied for long. WEISS gets a huge signature win. Final score in this one, 44-19. To Westlake, it's homecoming for the Shaps, and they say home is where the heart is, but the end zone is where the points are, and Westlake is well aware of that. Hunter Hanault with the first score against AKINS, then quarterback Christian Edgar tucked it and called his own number. Christian said 13! 13! That was the 13th point for Westlake. Looks like they'd score quite a few more. Westlake wins this one 55-6. Let's go to the scoreboard for the first time tonight. We begin with a pair of 25 6A games. Cedar Ridge moves to 6-2 on the season with a 26-0 shutout over McNeil. And for the fourth game in a row, Vandergrift, the Vipers, they struck. They held an opponent to just one score in this one, beating Westwood 70-3. To 5A, and Buda Johnson remains undefeated. It looks like their matchup next week against Dripping Springs could be for the district title. They beat Seguin 14-0, and Rouse gets win number 5 in a row, beating Eastview 38-21. To another one of the remaining unbeatens in the state, Dripping Springs. We just talked about them. They play San Antonio Harlandale, and very few teams have a 1-2 punch like Austin Novoside and Preston Alford. Novoside is 4th in the state in touchdown passes. He led the team deep into the red zone, then handed off to Alford, who is top 20 in the state in rushing yards per game. The Tigers do it again. Dripping wins 52-14. At the Palace, Stony Point hosted Round Rock. The Tigers doing a great job of accepting coaching on the sideline. Like to see that, and it's important to pay attention when you're trying to stop a runner like Travion McCoy-Gay. The Dragons' top back went 80 yards to the end zone untouched. Special shout out to Ruben Ribeiro and Mason Schuler for some excellent blocking on the outside. You can't go that distance untouched without it. Round Rock is now 7-1. They win 49-7. Hey, back to the scoreboard. Bastrop, the Bears, I think that's their second win in a row. They get a 2-point win over Pflugerville-Connolly, 17-15 the final score there. And Brenham, well, they were all over our local guys. The Cubs beat Elgin 45-13. More scores coming as we speak. Glenn, the Grizzlies get another win this season. In the one score that we have on this scoreboard, they win that one big, 54-14 over Cedar Creek. Guys, we have updated you on 12 games so far, and we have much more left to show you. Scores, highlights, our Band of the Week, and our Big Save of the Week nominees are all coming up next.
Verify is about if something is true or false. We verify it. I'm Erica Proffer. Let me know what I can verify for you.
Hey Austin, fall is here, and even though it doesn't feel like it, now's the best time to schedule your furnace tune-up at coolmenow.com.
Those losses to San Antonio Cornerstone, the other to Lampasas. And Jeff, it looks like the Jags are doing their best Drake impression. looking for revenge.
Oh.
Last month they beat Cornerstone, and tonight they had a chance at payback against the Badgers.
All right, got to expand my Drake catalog, apparently. And also, apparently, the team buses left the defenses back at campus. A ton of points were scored in this one, starting with the Badgers running back Case Brister. He scored on the ground. LBJ said, when they go low, we go high.
Love that
Garen
message.
Hawthorne sent a pass so sky high, I'm certain it hit a cloud. Then it hit Trent Leary's hands. Then it hit the end zone. The Jags stay perfect. They are now 8-0. They win tonight. I told you there are a bunch of points scored. Tyler, 81 points they put up.
Are you kidding me?
And they gave up 42. That's a win, though.
But they scored 81.
Yep.
Jeff, we also had an 11A, 5A battle in Leander. Eagles, Lions, first responders honored pregame, and it's Leander who responds first. Opening drive, second play from scrimmage. Aiden Parrott. Pretty bird. Pretty pass. Aiden Cotton on the receiving end. 50 yards down the far sideline. That leads to a field goal, 3-zip Lions. Ensuing Eagles drive, Andrew Petter refusing to let the Lions pet him. 37-yard house call. Georgetown, 3 straight wins, Leander 5 straight losses. 51-13 your final from Bible Stadium.
Let's get back to the scoreboard. Smithville tops Giddings in this one. The Buffaloes not stampeding tonight. They fall 30-16. LaGrange, all right, home of J.K. Dobbins. They get a win 34-0 over Gonzales. More scores coming in right now. Geronimo Navarro couldn't hang with our local guys. Wimberley tops them in a shutout 27-0. The final score there in Lago Vista. The Vikings, Tyler, they're just gearing up for a playoff run. I can feel it. They made Comfort uncomfortable, beating them 66-20.
All right, Jeff, 25-6A battle over at Gupton. Hutto looking to snap a 2-game losing skid against Vista Ridge. Hippos up 21-0 early second quarter when Isaac Garcia dives in for the short score. That touchdown, worth a little dance. I don't know what you call this move coming up right here, but they're down just 14. Yeah, I like the moves. Hippos defense stout throughout, though. Dylan Griswold saying, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy. No, Griswold, this is an INT as the Hippos get back in the win column, 31-7.
Real nice, Clark. Hey, out at House Park, the Hayes Hawks hope to bounce back from last week's loss to Westlake. They did. Hayes took on Austin High. Second half, Marcus Taylor ran a play that's called get to the end zone and turn around. He turned, it worked. Tyler likes it. Hayes snaps a 6-game losing streak. Hawks win this one 52-3.
Jeff, some other scores in 14-5A. Navarro falls to Marble Falls 76-0. Mustangs snapping a 2-game losing streak with the win. Vikings remain winless. And in 15-5A, Medina Valley just gets past Lockhart 21-20. 3 straight wins for the Panthers, 3 straight losses for the Lions. And more boards for a pair of 13-4A matchups. Burnett snaps its 2-game losing skid 35-21 over Taylor. The Ducks have now dropped 4 in a row. And how about the Billies? Hanging on to beat Canyon Lake 31-28. Fredericksburg has now won 3 of the last 4 against the Hawks.
Guys, we love the highlights, love the scores, but Fridays aren't just about the coaches and the players on the field. They're also about the cheer squads, the dance teams, the fans, the trainers, and of course the bands. Each and every week here on Friday Football Fever, we honor a different band as our KVUE Band of the Week. And this week, that honor goes to the group from Vandergrift.
On day 1.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Tyler, I'm Jeff, and tonight we saw a pair of the newest programs in town line up against each other in a 14-4A showdown.
Jeff, Austin Achieve and Manor New Tech are trying to establish those winning traditions, but of course, that's easier said than done. Both teams bringing just 2 wins into this ball game, which means tonight someone would leave with win number 3. Yes, Jeff, very good math. Second meeting all time between these 14 4A programs. Gladiators winning last year 54-7. This year, much of the same. Camden Poros gets the handoff and pours one out for the Polar Bears. 20-yard scamper. Look at him push his way in. That's how it's done. Manor New Tech cruises 67-0.
And for clarification, he was pouring out Gatorade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, come on, Jeff.
Down south, the LEHMAN Lobos hosted San Antonio MCCOLLUM. This wasn't a great game for the local guys, but this was a great play. The delayed handoff went to Joey Mojica. You guys know a Mojica. A little lime, a little mint, a little 20-yard short to the end zone. A solid play, but the night belonged to the guys from San Antonio. LEHMAN falls 43-13.
Scoreboard time, Jeff. I like mine on the rocks. 13-3A. Llano all over Blanco, 35-0. 3 straight wins for the Yellow Jackets, who are also now 4-0, all tied against the Panthers. And in 14-2A, 2 teams with 3-game winning streaks going down to the wire tonight. Mason coming back to beat Johnson City. Johnson City was up 21-20, but they lose 26-21. The Punchers remain perfect against the Eagles, now 14-0 all time.
Wow.
Pretty crazy. We have more scoreboards. How about that? 13-3A. Lexington makes fried chicken out of those Florence Buffaloes.
How does that work?
I don't know how that works, but 47-10 was the final score. Lexington 9-0 all time in the series. TAPS Division II Regents. They're really good. They stay perfect. 8-0 now. 63-6 over St. Joseph Academy.
See, Tyler, you have fried chicken on my mind now.
Yeah, you hungry?
Yeah. And in case you don't know out there, Lucy's fried chicken, Gus's fried chicken, and these Friday Football Fever t-shirts. You see what I did there? The 3 best frieds in town, okay? And I want you to get your hands on one of these Friday Football Fever t-shirts. What I'm going to do, Tyler, you want to selfie it up this time?
Yeah, let's selfie it up. Why not?
All right, we just took a picture. I'm going to post that on my social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Jeff Jones Sports. I'll post the picture, and at random, I will pick 2 people on each platform who both follow me and comment under that picture. I'll get that up in the next 2 or 3 minutes, and you'll enter for a chance to win one of these t-shirts and be up there with Gus's and Lucy's as some of the best frieds in town. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. And Tyler, as you know, every single week this season, we'll feature one student as our Abacus Athlete of the Week.
Jeff, if you guys at home watch the show, you know it's our chance to celebrate someone who earns those good grades, gives back to the community, and contributes to all of the fun we like to have here on Friday nights. This week, we made the trip to AKINS High School.
Hey guys, I'm here from KVUE, and one of y'all have been nominated our Abacus Athlete of the Week. So if Michael Ibarra could come forward. Congratulations, Michael. Y'all give your boy some love.
I was not expecting this at all. I mean, we worked so hard over the summer and everything, man. This means the world to me. So I thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about what you do within your community.
Oh, anything. You know, sometimes I cut grasses, you know, or like, you know, just helping the neighbors. Anything you can do just to help anybody, you know. Your community is your family, you know. How important do you think it is to set a good example, not only for your brother but for a lot of your teammates? Oh, huge, man. Like, you're the big kid now, so all the kids look up to you. So it's definitely just a big part of the game and just showing the kids the right way, you know. So that's a big role, and I take that to heart. Coach was telling me that you're a big part of changing the atmosphere here at AKINS. How do you feel knowing that Coach thinks so highly of you? That means a lot to me, you know. But we definitely have changed this culture so much. Like, we were here 4 years ago, you know, we were in the weight room, rusty weights. You know, we had a little small gym for a weight room, you know, and I'm just so blessed to have all these people buying in and for everything, man. This team has changed so much. I've been here. Like 4 years ago, AKINS is different. It blows my mind. Everything. I'm just so grateful for all of it, you know. Well, congratulations, and we're grateful to have you as our Abacus Athlete of the Week. Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much.
Thank you, Emily. Now, if you know anyone deserving of being a future Abacus Athlete of the Week, please let us know by emailing sports@kvue.com. All right, we'll be right back with our Play of the Week nominees.
Friday Football Fever Big Save of the Week, sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Tyler, I'm Jeff, and guys, each and every week we see hundreds of high school plays, and it's our job to put our heads together along with Emily and a few of our photographers and pick out 3 plays to show to you as our Austin Telco Big Save of the Week nominees. So let's get it going. We'll begin this week with our Game of the Week. Lake Travis running back Derek Johnson actually started his high school career on defense, and now it's his job to make defenders look silly. Derek broke 2 tackles, and at the end of this actually waved goodbye to the rest of the defenders en route to a 71-yard touchdown. Safe to say that Derek feels at home on O.
Jeff, my grandma used to say, bye-bye. Bible Stadium, second play from scrimmage, Aiden Parrott Again, pretty bird. Aiden Cotton, pretty catch and pretty run down the far sideline, making that Georgetown defense look like Harry and Lloyd. That big pass play would lead to a field goal, but it's G-Town who would win big.
And last up, Round Rock's Travion McCoy found an alley and then hit the sprint button. That's R2 if you're a PlayStation fan, and Z if you're like me and you remember the old Nintendo 64 days. GoldenEye, NFL Blitz, come on, guys. Games don't get much better than those, and touchdown runs don't get much better than this. And now that you have seen the nominees, it's time for you to let us know which play is your favorite, and you do that by going to my Twitter page at Jeff Jones Sports, and there you will see a poll that I recently created. Tyler, I made time to do it tonight, so y'all don't have to wait on it. You can go there right now and vote on your favorite play. We're going to let Twitter do the hard work and add up all your votes, and then we're going to reveal the winner on Tuesday during the 6 p.m. show. Now, Longhorns fans, I typically get you ready for the upcoming game right now, but there is not one. It's a bye week, which means we kind of get to take it easy on Saturday.
This guy has off on Saturday.
I sure do it. I got a big smile on my face because of it. But we're going all in on Formula One on Sunday. That's going to be right here on KVUE. So, guys, be sure to keep it tuned here so we can get you ready for the big race, and you can watch the big race. For Tyler, for Emily, for our photographers, Brian, Tom, Hakey, Scott, everyone who's gone all around town to get those highlights for you, I'm Jeff. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.
We need to provide the opportunity for every woman, uninsured or insured, urban, suburban, rural, the opportunity to get early cancer screenings.
Early detection is key in stopping breast cancer. ABC